Hello and welcome to the Royal Road School of Carmelite Prayer. We are currently studying the structure of man, a presentation done by a Carmelite friar in Lyon, France, Father John Emmanuel. And he talks about the challenges that we face in interior prayer and what happens to us in prayer in this article, the structure of man's soul. And he points out that in our society today, we tend to live at the surface of ourselves, though we are multi-dimensional beings, and that these levels have to gradually be discovered, and they are discovered through the practice of interior prayer. St. John of the Cross tells us that we have two dimensions as human beings. We have a body and we have a spirit. Now, our body has 5 external senses that we all are aware of: our sight, our touch, our hearing, smell, and taste, that allow us to communicate with the world around us. But we also have 2 internal senses. We have the imagination, or the cinema, that's open 24/7. And John of the Cross calls this imagination the fantasia. And we also have the appetites that he calls, again, John of the Cross calls the appetites, and they are our needs and our desires that are really 2 sides of the same coin. Today, we are going to move to our spiritual self. And we are going to discover our soul, the anatomy of the soul. And what is found in the spiritual self, in our soul? Well, there are 3 realities at this deeper, abstract level of our being. And it's here, it's at this level in our spiritual self that God acts in prayer. We are made in God's image. Our soul houses our will, our intelligence or intellect, and our memory. Teresa of Avila calls these the faculties of the soul. God has intelligence or an intellect and a will. But God does not have an imagination, senses, or memory, because he is eternal and he lives outside of time. So let's take a closer look at these 3 faculties of our soul. First, the intelligence or the intellect. This faculty allows us to read our interior life and to establish a cause and effect relationship between things. This ability to turn within, to reflect, is unique to man. Our intelligence enables us, through interior or silent prayer, to find this divine presence within. The second faculty is our will. And our will decides or chooses at the level of the spirit. It has absolutely nothing to do with feeling like, which is our senses. The true choice of our will, the true choice is to choose between good and evil. And it's at the level of this will that this true choice, good and evil, is made. The human being has a certain control over his existence. In prayer, what do I choose? Do I want to unite my will with the divine will, with God's will? Or am I just praying to get God to do my will for self-satisfaction, all the while thinking that God thinks like I do? Prayer is the discovery that I am entering into a relationship where there are two of us, another with a will too. And finally, the memory, the third faculty of the soul. This faculty allows one to be situated in time, to be aware of time. Man has projects. He projects himself in time. God is not in time. He is eternal. Amen. The next time we will look at the theological virtues and baptism. And this is the part that is so interesting. It's fascinating. So I welcome you back, and God bless you. Amen.